Next year, Apple are getting rid of the dynamic island on the 18 Pro and the 18 Pro Max, kind of. So next year, with the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, Apple are doing the thing that we expected them to do a long time ago, and that is they're putting the Face ID sensors behind the display, under the display, so that there's no need for a dynamic island or a cutout for the sensors. And that means that also replacing the dynamic island with a punch hole display, kind of like most Android phones now. But surprisingly, they're putting it on a punch hole display to the left, to one side, which is kind of backwards because older phones from like the Pixel 4a 5G and the Samsung S10e and S10 all had their cameras like the punch hole display to one side, and Apple are doing the same thing now. But personally, I've always preferred this kind of method. That's like this is my Pixel 4a 5G, and it was the same thing. They had the punch hole camera off to one side compared to maybe like the newer Android phones that have the punch hole camera in the center. Off to one side is always less invasive because it's just like tucked away in the corner, while this is literally in the middle and everything. And I guess Apple will probably do it for either this reason or also the fact that almost every single Android phone on the market now has the exact same punch hole camera in the center. So Apple have to find a way to differentiate themselves from the rest. And if that means putting it off to one side, because most flagship phones aren't doing the same thing, then so be it, I guess. This news comes from Apple Hub, and I'm not sure how reliable it will be because Apple have spent so many years tweaking and changing and working on the dynamic island. It'd be so weird for them to completely get rid of that software feature. So I really doubt that they would get rid of the dynamic island. But then at the same time, it's kind of weird. Are they going to keep control off to one side and have a dynamic island on this side as well? Because if they do that, then it just look very, very messy. It will look very messy to have a punch hole on one side and a whole dynamic island here too as well. So I really wonder what Apple are going to do this year. Well, let me know what you guys think. Do you think having this design makes sense, or they should just stick to the dynamic island? I'm very sure most of you already love the dynamic island. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments.